Welcome to In the Lounge with Dre and V. I am your co-host, Queen V, and I have with me the incredible.
Oh, I'm getting adjectives now. Yes, I am.
The elusive.
Yes, I am.
Dude, they call Dre. What up, Dre?
Queen V, what's the good word? What's going on? Glad to be back here again. What's up?
Nothing much. I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing good. And I hope I am doing the same after this episode. Because y'all know what this episode's about, right?
I don't.
It's about pre-numps.
Oh, okay.
Pre-numps. Everybody says pre-nump. It's prenuptial agreements. But people say pre-nump for short. So I got some views on that. And I'm looking forward to letting my views be known.
Awesome.
Now, I speak for the people. I'm going to be speaking for the people.
Oh, here we go with these disclaimers.
This ain't got nothing to do with you and I, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm speaking from a sample of 10 men.
You stupid.
But before we get into that, y'all know what it is. We got to get Queen V's word on the street. Queen V, do your thing.
It's the queen, y'all. It's the queen, y'all.
Place your ear to your speaker and get ready for Queen V's word on the street.
It's the queen, y'all. It's the queen, y'all.
All right, so I got a couple things. We're going to start with the juicy stuff first. So everybody know about R. Kelly, sexual abuse charges, etc. So, apparently he has lost a sexual abuse case. It was about, there was a person, her name, I think she was a singer. Her name was Heather Williams. She was suing him back in February, claiming that he sexually abused her when she was 16 years old. The lawsuit came on the heels of Kelly dealing with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Apparently, they tried to serve him at his home, but the security made it impossible for them to do it. So somehow they were able to serve him while he was in jail for failing to pay child support. According to R. Kelly's attorney, R. Kelly was served while incarcerated on the child support case, and he was overwhelmed by the experience of being in jail. When Kelly failed to appear for a hearing, Williams won a default judgment against the singer. His attorney says, coupled with Mr. Kelly not being cognizant of what the motion fully meant, led to him missing the hearing. As his attorney, he had no idea he had been served, and there's a hearing set for next month to determine damages. So Kelly's lawyer is now trying to get the default judgment set aside so they can fight it out in the court on the merits. So basically, he's using the fact that he was in jail. He was overwhelmed with all the legal stuff going on that, he had no idea what the hell he was reading after he was served papers while in jail, much less know how to handle it in court. And that's why he lost his sexual abuse case. So let me make sure I got this right. With all the legal woes, as you claim you got going on, that means you was in direct contact at all times with your attorney. You was that far gone that you didn't think to show your attorney some paperwork you received while in the county jail?
He lying.
Is that what you're telling me?
He's lying.
Now, playing devil's advocate the way that I normally do, we could say that, he was distraught. He was just mentally gone, and he just got the papers and kept it moving. But I'm trying to understand, after you are served with papers in jail, do they let you keep the papers? Do they take the papers? Do they give them back to you when you leave?
I think you can keep those papers.
So you can keep them in a cell with you?
They let you keep letters.
That is true. So, they served him. He kept the paper. He left with the papers, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And he never took the time to read the paper and realize that he had a hearing. With all the legal woes you got going on, you didn't think it was important to see if there was some dates on that paper?
That's just this. He's seen it. He read it. I mean, how much you ain't got? But you ain't got nothing but time in jail. He's seen it. What are you possible? What are you doing in jail where you doing so much where all that stuff ain't on your mind?
I don't know if it's that he was doing so much that all of it wasn't on his mind. I think what he's saying is that he was so distraught with everything that was going on.
That nigga wasn't distraught.
He done got thrown in jail for child support. He done got thrown in jail 2-3 times, right? During this whole situation, he got thrown in jail 2 or 3 times for just anything they could think of to throw his ass in jail, right? So he was just so overwhelmed and distraught. You know, he had just had that interview where he lost it, you know, and he wasn't realizing that he was signing off on papers to be sued, even though he got all these lawsuits pending. Why would he not?
He innocent. He couldn't read it, man. He couldn't read it in jail, man. I'm tired of this, man.
If you don't sit your ass down. Stupid. But seriously, like, listen, you know me. I try to find the good in everybody. I try to find a reason why people do the things that they do. But Robert, Mr. Kelly. Come on now.
Come on, bro.
That's the story we sticking with? Okay.
You're a liar.
And I guarantee you his lawyer was there when he got out of jail.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, maybe not there physically, but he was on the phone with him at some point that day.
Absolutely.
And you didn't think to say, hey, Mr. Attorney, I got this letter while I was in there.
R. Kelly's a liar. A big fat liar.
Well, that's what he's claiming, y'all. So.
Oh, well. I think I don't care. I don't care about R. Kelly. I'm going to be honest with you. I can care less about what he got, what paperwork he got or whatever. I don't care. I don't.
Oh, wait. I got a copy of the letter. I'm going to read it to y'all. Dear Mr. Nix, I represent Heather Williams. Ms. Williams alleges that your client acted inappropriately and repeatedly sexually assaulted her when she was a minor. Attached hereto, please find a copy of a lawsuit that we intend to file against your client. If you are interested in discussing this matter and a resolution of the claim short of litigation, please contact me on or before February 19th. Failure to hear from you will cause a lawsuit to be filed against Mr. Kelly on February 19th. So I guess they gave him a notice that they were going to do this, and that went to his lawyer. So they didn't respond, apparently. And so then they went and filed the lawsuit. And I'm assuming that he was served. No, they already had the lawsuit. Yeah, the lawsuit was attached to this. So they were saying if you don't respond by February 19th, we'll continue with this lawsuit.
Okay.
That's attached. Right. So I'm assuming that the lawsuit that was attached had a date for when they were supposed to appear in court.
Okay. All right.
My point is that letter's pretty straightforward.
Straight as you can get it.
And if it's to his lawyer, didn't his lawyer get a copy of it?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
All this stuff don't add up. That's why I don't even.
Just checking.
I ain't worried about that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't just serve R. Kelly. They served him and his lawyer.
Yep. Common practice.
So, anywho, the other thing I want to talk about is Joe Biden. Uncle Joe.
Crazy Joe.
Uncle Joe has announced he is running for president in 2020.
Good.
And he has hired the beautiful and intelligent Simone Sanders as his presidential campaign strategist.
Who's Simone Sanders?
You know Simone, the one with the bald head.
On CNN? Oh, did he? Wow.
Yes.
She's a strong one.
Yes.
She's a strong one.
And I think, I'm sure he did that to bring, to make sure that diversity and topics that are important to, Blacks and people of color are getting the voice that they need.
Smart move, Crazy Joe.
Yeah, she's only 29 years old. I mean, she has a great career.
I had
to be
no
so
idea.
Young.
That's good.
I mean, and I think she used to be She may have been the campaign strategist or advisor for Bernie Sanders at one time, I believe. But I think she quit in the middle of the...
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's real impressive. I didn't know she was that young either.
Yeah, she's 29.
Damn.
Yep.
What were you doing when you were 29?
Having babies.
No, you didn't have the babies yet.
I did have a baby at 29.
Wait. You right. I'm thinking about my age.
Yeah, I was having babies.
That's right. I'm thinking about my age.
Married to your crazy self.
Yeah, I forgot. All right. You have anything else, Queen V?
That is it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Good word on the street, Queen V. Good word. So now we're going to get into the show. Let's talk about prenuptial agreements, a.k.a. PreNumps. So we're going to talk about prenuptial agreements. Now, if a man presents a prenup to a woman, or a woman presents a prenup to a man, why is it that it's looked at as, oh, you cursing the relationship, or you cursing the marriage? Now before you answer this, I want you to think about this. We get health insurance just in case, we
Don't be trying to tweak
point?
my answer.
Can I finish my point?
How you throwing these disclaimers in there before I answer the question?
Why do we get car insurance? In this state, you don't have to get car insurance, but yet we get it anyway. Why? Because something would happen. Are we cursing our driving, the safety of our driving? Are we?
Can I
Go
speak
ahead.
now? Since you didn't clearly said
it's about to get nasty
since you didn't clearly stated your point of view.
I'm speaking for a sample of 10 people.
There you go with that.
This ain't got nothing to do with me and you.
But that is your point of view, because
that's the point of view that people wanted me to make.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're clear on what your point of view is, because you tend to ask all these questions but never really voice your opinion.
I
don't want to hear the 10 people. I want to hear what your opinion is.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a prenup.
Okay. So here's two things. One, I get why some people have a prenup. Especially when you get married older in life and you've established your life, they've established their life. Don't matter whether you're rich, just some things that you done brought into the marriage that you want to take back with you should the marriage not work out. But I also understand why people say, it's dooming the relationship before it gets started, because it's like you're going into this marriage with the option of divorce. And if you're taking vows to say for better or for worse, till death do us part, wouldn't you work through things and try not to get a divorce? And I get that divorce can happen. Don't get me wrong. But I understand why people feel like that's already going into this relationship in a negative way.
I disagree.
Why? You don't think that you're going into that relationship with the mindset that this might not work out, so let me get a prenup just in case?
I totally disagree.
So then what's the point of the prenup? If you're not going into it with that mindset, what is the purpose of the prenup?
Just in case, if you got, I don't. When I say that, when I talk about a prenup, when I'm thinking about prenup, I'm not thinking about like just preventing this person from getting, let me take that back.
Take that back. Snatch it on back. Put it in your pocket.
In some instances, based on, and every instance is different. I don't think a man or a woman should get. I can't even say that because I don't agree with it. But if you built an empire on your own and then you get married and you get a divorce, I don't think 50% of that empire should go to the woman or man you married. I agree they should get some, because at some point they were probably helping you with the business and stuff like that. But 50%, and you had this before you came into marriage, I don't agree with that. It's unfair. That's why I say a prenup.
So let me ask you a question. You had this empire. I come, I marry you, right? I have a certain lifestyle because you got this empire, right? We decide that we no longer going to be married, whether it's your decision or mine, but let's say it's yours with the empire. You decide you no longer want to be in this marriage. Now I have to become unaccustomed to this certain lifestyle because you have a prenup in place that says I get nothing should this marriage dissolve. How is that fair?
Different circumstances. So here's the thing.
But there's a prenup.
Let's see.
Regardless, there's a prenup. Then the prenup, and the prenup may be written in such a way that I get nothing.
So,
but I signed it because I loved you, and I didn't think we were going to ever make it make it to a point of divorce.
Okay, so every prenup, a prenup is it's not one particular standard way of writing it, right?
Right, absolutely.
So in that case, I think I'm not against a prenup that says, "Hey, look. It's my empire. If I decide I don't want to marry you no more, I don't want to be married to you no more, I don't feel I should give you everything.
Half my business."
Like, let's just say me and you. Let's just say I got a business, right? And we, I had it before we got married, and I married you. We were married for all this time, and I just say, I don't want to be married to you no more. In that case, it should be me that gives you something.
But what if the prenup is set up in such a way that it doesn't?
Well, that's where the issue lies. You bring your
lawyers in, and then you try to get it reversed?
No, it should be set up.
But everybody, what you're not getting is that everybody doesn't think like you. People go into a prenup. Some people go into a prenup with just protecting their assets and protecting what they've built. Other people go into a prenup with the mindset that this sugar honey iced tea might not work. And she ain't getting jack, or he ain't getting jack if it doesn't. Now, I don't know all the legalities, if you can fight a prenup, if you can have a prenup so tight that it can say that you get nothing. But that's not even the point. My point is, I don't see there being anything wrong with a prenup. So I'm just going to put that out there. I think especially when you are getting married at an older age and you have built something for yourself, you need to protect your assets just in case it does not work out. You don't want to be high and dry after this relationship ends. Right?
Right, I agree.
I totally get that. But I can also see it from the other person's viewpoint that you're going into this marriage with a mindset that this might not work.
It doesn't have to be a mindset that they're thinking it might not work. It could be. I think I can't even explain it. It's like, just because you want a prenup, you're not saying that it's not going to work. It's just more like an insurance type of thing where.
But why do you need an insurance on your marriage? Just be faith. Just walk out on faith. Like, why do we have to insure every freaking thing in our life? Why can't we just walk out on faith?
Because that could make a difference in everything in your life, period. Something you built from the ground up, it shouldn't all have to go to somebody else. That
somebody else being your spouse that you chose to marry and live happily ever after with.
Okay, so if let's say you got a prenup and you built your stuff from the ground up and it just ain't working out. Y'all both agree, hey, look, this ain't working out. Let's go our separate ways. I don't see nothing wrong with taking what you had when you came into marriage. If that's what alimony is for. Like what you said, you said something about living to a certain accustomed to living to a certain way. That's what alimony is for.
Right. So as long as I don't think that as long as you can still get your alimony.
Yeah.
And I can still get I can still continue my lifestyle.
Yes. I'm for that then. Because I'm not for somebody getting a prenup and taking everything and then just leaving somebody out flat where their lifestyle has changed like that. I do think they need to kind of just keep that lifestyle.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
No, not kinda. They do.
Well, no, there's other factors that come into that.
Mm-mm.
What if they get
No.
married again?
No.
That's going to, trust me, in any court.
If you get married again, that's one thing.
That's what I mean.
But we're not talking about that. What I'm saying is that if I have a certain lifestyle and you choose to leave me, you going to pay the piper.
And I think you should. But I'm talking about if you just decide, both of you just decide that you want to just break off the marriage. That's what alimony is for. Alimony allows you to live a certain lifestyle that you were living prior to the divorce.
That is true.
So if you got that in place where your lifestyle's not changed, what's wrong with the prenup?
I mean, I would sign a prenup. I would, if I was to get married again, which I won't, but if I was, I would have somebody sign a prenup.
Okay.
Because I'm over 40 years old and I might not have a whole lot, but it's mine and you ain't getting it.
I agree. Now, you know,
and this is just me being realistic. You know, what are the statistics? But you don't have no notes today, so we don't know the statistics, people, because he didn't come with his list and his statistics.
I can look them up.
But what are the statistics of divorce rate in America?
Yeah, well, yeah, but
you know, so realistically speaking, it could end in divorce.
Yeah, so it's not that they look. And that's the thing. It's like it's a reality.
You know,
it's a reality check. You it's not going into the marriage thinking it's going to end. It's just that you're in touch with reality, and you know marriages are at a divorce at a high rate in today's days. So it's not going into it. It's not going into it like thinking that's going to happen. It's just that your reality is it could happen. Just like if the weatherman says it might rain, we're going to take an umbrella. We don't think it, you know, we may not think it's going to rain, but there's that chance because the weatherman said it. So do we not take an umbrella because we don't want to jinx the day just by taking an umbrella? We going to make it rain?
I don't mean no offense, but rain, health insurance, all that BS that you spitting,
yeah.
There's no
does.
comparison.
It's a perfect comparison.
It is not a perfect comparison. This is human beings, and this is marriage, and this is love. And at some point, we just got to walk out on faith.
No.
Why does everybody always have to protect every single thing?
It's not.
That is the cost of marriage. You win some, you lose some.
There's too many shiesty people out there.
Well, why are you marrying somebody shiesty?
Well, they may not know. You know, some of these hoes be housewives for like a year.
First of all, why you gotta be calling them hoes?
No, I mean,
first of all, what we not gonna do is call my queens, my beautiful queens, my beautiful sisters, women, hoes.
Oh, I'm not talking about just women. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I was because I said housewives.
Yes, you did.
So I take that back. Men too. Y'all some bitches too. Like, I take that back.
This is what happens, y'all, when he's not prepared with his show notes.
No, I'm prepared. I'm plenty prepared. I'm speaking my mind.
And bullet points.
No.
He just starts talking all irregular.
No. I didn't have to prepare for this. I got my own opinions about this.
What kind of talk is that?
I was just joking, but look, y'all ain't bitches.
I think I want a divorce. Give me half. I can't stay in this relationship with you.
You can go right in that room and get that $3 on the table. There's your half.
I'm not gonna be able to stay in this relationship with you communicating like this. This is not the man I married. I want a divorce right now.
You want that divorce?
I want half.
Go get the $3. It's right on the counter. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got. So what you gonna wind up doing is, you ain't gonna get much out of me. But seriously, I think it has something to do with it because it's just like it's the thought process. Like it's a just in case thing.
I get it.
Things happen. Now look, here's the thing. Okay, I may say, okay, this woman or this man, this woman is never gonna cheat on me. I mean, never. We're gonna be together forever, right? And everything is good, and everything is good. But then she cheats, or he cheats on her, and you can't come back from that. What if you can't come back from that? There it is. That's what I mean by it can end. It's possible that things may not work out. She may not want to stop cheating. She may have got some sex that she never had before, and she might say, "Hey, look, I'm leaving you for this." Should she still get some money? No.
So she shouldn't. Let me make sure I got this right.
Sign the damn prenup.
Let me make sure I got this right. No, you shouldn't be cheating on anybody. Right?
Uh-huh.
But I guess that's cause and effect. You cheat, you get stuck out here with nothing. Like, if I was a housewife, cheated on you, I had no job, had no career for 15, 20 years I've been married to you, because I go out there and screw up, cheat on you, now I get nothing.
Yeah.
I get no alimony. I get nothing because of a mistake I made. That what you're saying?
That's how
I
it
just want
works.
to make sure. I just want to make sure we're clear.
That's how it works in the court, don't it?
I don't know. I ain't never been a divorce court, but I can go.
Whatever. Anyway,
we can come back afterwards and we can talk about it.
Look, that's a hard one to answer anyway. I don't know. That's a hard one because I'm just different. I wouldn't want to see anybody out there like that, like with no money, home, no home, no place to live, and all of that stuff.
And I get it. People make mistakes. People do dumb stuff, and there's a cause and effect for everything that you do, right? But I think we've gotten off topic because this is more about relationships and how they end.
This is about prenups
versus the prenup piece.
But it's a piece of what we're talking about.
Right.
This is how stuff can end.
Right.
It's not going into it thinking it's going to end. These are the scenarios that can happen to end a marriage, which means you get a prenup.
So
we on topic.
Yeah. We're on topic. So just to kind of sum this up, this is my thoughts. I'm for prenups, to be quite honest. I like to play devil's advocate on here. And the question was, does it look like you're going into it with a doomed mindset?
Right.
And I say yes. So even though I'm for a prenup, I do definitely see how people can see that as you going into this like it's not going to work. But, you have certain assets, you have certain things that you want to protect. I think you should definitely protect those things. Everything that we do in America is about a contract. It's about some type of agreement. Marriage is an agreement. It costs you to get divorced. You have lawyers involved. You have judges involved. You have agreements and contracts you have to sign after you're divorced. You know what I mean? Or to get divorced.
Yeah.
So if marriage is a contract, what's wrong with having a prenup?
I agree.
It's another contract. You may have children and, you have money that you have and you want to make sure that your children will always have that money. So the prenup protects that money. It protects that asset for your children so that if it doesn't work out, your children, they have their money.
Right.
That you always wanted them to have versus you don't have this prenup. Y'all get divorced. He get half of everything, right? And now your children are short because you didn't protect yourself. Sugar, honey, I see it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep.
So I get it. I think that there are some states where even though you have a prenup, the judge can, I guess, override it.
Interesting.
So I wonder what that is and what circumstances where that would be. And I also know there's some people that have prenups with regards, like you were talking about that empire, where they may have businesses or stuff like that, or a certain amount of money, and they, if you're with me a certain amount of years and we get through, then you can have X amount of dollars. If you're with me this amount of years, you can have X amount of dollars. So that's...
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's legit.
Yeah, I do. But I get it. And I think that, no matter whoever is going into the relationship, you might be going into a relationship with a very wealthy individual and you're not as wealthy. I still think that you need to protect whatever little bit you got.
Yeah.
You
I
got
agree.
$5,000 in the bank and you don't want that mother effer to have it? You know? You might got a diamond pendant you got from your great-great-grandmother, and when they start taking half and start, you want to make sure that don't get put into his pile. I mean, I'm just saying, if he gonna have a prenup, I'm gonna have a prenup.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
So
I feel like we didn't get everything covered in a organized way. I think we were kind of like all over, but
that's because you didn't have show notes.
I think the message is clear.
He did not come prepared today. I am the one that shows up unprepared. He is the one that comes prepared. We are opposites. He knows this. He's trying to act like me, and he don't do it well. Y'all see, I'm prepped. I'm ready.
I'm relaxed.
He's too relaxed.
I ain't never been this relaxed.
He ain't got no bullet points. He ain't got no statistics.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
He didn't even have to tell me to shut up so that he could finish making his bullet point list without interruptions.
I'm good. But it was a good thing to touch on, Yeah,
I mean, definitely. And I think we came up with it. We started talking about this the other day when we were watching some show.
Mary Jane?
Being Mary Jane.
Look, wait a minute. Before I don't
Mary
watch
Jane.
that crap. That show sucks. And
that show does not
You like it.
suck.
I just happened to be in the room and I heard that. I don't want y'all thinking I watched that. It's corny, man. It's a corny show.
That show does
That
not
was whack.
suck.
I tried watching it a little bit.
It's about a woman who's single and trying to find love. And I mean, I'm not a single woman, but from my single friends, it's very relatable from what I hear.
Yeah, well.
So
I ain't going to say what I was going to say because
show.
that's a whole nother podcast.
I'm sorry to see it go.
I don't want to piss somebody off, so.
Say what you got to say.
I wouldn't dare. There's no way in hell I would say it. So we're going to leave it on that note. So look, I guess that was your final thoughts?
That's my final thought on that subject, yes.
Okay. All right. My final thought is that there's nothing wrong with prenups. It varies on situations. I'm not saying that everybody, somebody should be asked out if they make a mistake or whatever, but I do think there's nothing wrong with a prenup, and I don't think that wanting a prenup is going into the marriage or relationship, marriage in a negative manner.
Let me ask you a question.
That section of the show is over. That section of the show is over.
Boy, please. Prenups out the door, right?
Okay.
You're married.
Right.
You married for 5 years. You married for 10 years.
Right.
You decided it's no longer, gonna work. Is your spouse entitled to half of everything?
Everything that you've built together?
Yes. So the reason I'm asking you this is because we also watched not Nobody's Fool. What is that movie that we watched? Acrimony.
Right.
And she had been with this man for 20 years. She had pretty much given him all of her savings to build this business that never got off the ground. But then they got divorced and it hit like $75 million hit.
Yeah.
So he goes and pays for her family's house and he gives her $10 million. Do you feel that was appropriate, being that he hit after they got divorced, which might have been a couple a month in, being that she was there those 20 years while he was building what hit? Do you think he should have given her half?
I think he should have gave her, like I said before, more than half.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Why more than half?
Because she was the one that kept him going. All those years, she went broke. She gave him her money. They've been through shit. She lost the house. All of that stuff. All of it was like, not so much pain and suffering, but she was there for that dude, man.
So you think because of the pain and suffering piece, that's why she should have gotten a little bit more than half? No,
because she kind of helped. She helped him too. She was part of all of that, encouraging him, telling him he can do it.
So why isn't half enough?
I just looked at her as the solid rock. He could have easily gave up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And she was there like, baby, you can do it at times, so yeah, I think she should have got more than half. I'm not saying like 90%, 10% with her in favor, but at least 60, 70, 60.
I think she should have gotten half. I don't think necessarily she should have gotten more than half. I'm sure that she would have reaped the benefits of having more than half had they stayed married.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was the one that asked for the divorce because she was tired, and I get it. I do think it was jacked up how he gave the other woman her life.
Yeah, he did.
And I think that even though those were dreams that you both had, you should have found some new dreams for your new boo.
Yep, especially with the boat. That was messed up.
The boat, the apartment, everything.
That was messed up.
Her ring, he gave her the ring that they talked about getting. You never gave this woman a ring. 20-something years, she never had a diamond on her hand or on her finger. And you go and give some other chick the diamond you said you was going to give her. You couldn't find another stone. Not another stone. You couldn't find another setting. You couldn't find another shape.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know that I would necessarily have given her more than half. I think she deserved more than $10 million. I think she deserved half.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
good
point. Good point. That was good.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know what your thoughts were, taking this alimony outside of the equation and just, what people go through when they go through, unfortunately divorces and separations and dissolving of their, their life together.
Yeah, yeah.
What should everybody walk away with?
Yeah, that's my thoughts on that one because she was there the whole time. She was ride or die with him. So I think she should get that money.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna take it back down to half because I forgot that she was the one that asked for the divorce. So
she was the one that asked for the divorce. And maybe like half and paid off the mama house.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Yep. Good one, Queen V. All right, so that was it for that. We're gonna go into the Stew Knot of the Week. Y'all know what it is. Stew Knot of the Week is that stupid person that does stupid things all the stupid time. And this ain't a normal Stew Knot of the Week. I mean, everybody's not gonna understand this, but it's eating me up. And by the time this airs, it's gonna be maybe 2 or 3 weeks after this happened. But the Stew Knot of the Week is Mr. Gettleman from the New York Giants, the general manager. And I'm going to tell you why.
Lord.
Now, this is sports, so I know everybody don't care and understand it.
Lord.
But why in the hell would you take Daniel Jones at the number 6 spot? You idiot. Now, here's the thing. The Giants had a number 6 pick and they had a number 17 pick. Nobody was picking that bum, okay? Nobody was going to pick that bum for a whole other 3 days, probably 4 rounds anyway. So you could have got somebody very good defensively at 6 and then got that bum quarterback that you got at the number 6 spot. And you're Stew Knot of the Week because you picked that bum. You should have got Haskins, who was available at 6, but you didn't want him there. I know I'm not going to go into that. But you could have got Haskins. He was much better than that bum, Daniel Jones. So, Gettleman, you are stupid. You're Stew Knot of the Week. You pissed me off. You ruined my NFL draft night. You suck ass. And you are the Stew Knot of the Week, you dummy.
You sound like a 5-year-old right now.
Ruined my freaking night. Piss me off, man.
I'm going to need you to woosah.
I'm down now. I'm good now. I just wanted to. I was all right until I started talking about it. So we good now. That's the Stew Knot of the Week.
You sound like a 5-year-old having a tantrum. You
Whatever.
ruined my NFL draft
night, sucker. Anyway, stupid. Queen V, give us your words of wisdom.
Marriage does not guarantee you will be together forever. It's only paper, such as the prenup. It's all paper. It's all a binding legal contract agreement. I think what we have to do is stop looking at the legalities of the marriage, the prenups, and the things that we put in place, as you mentioned, insurance to protect ourselves as someone assuming that this marriage is going to be doomed from the beginning, and just more so focus on making sure that the marriage does last forever. Marriage to to last takes love, it takes respect, it takes trust, understanding, takes friendship. And, what I talked about a little while ago, it takes faith. Faith that you two can be together forever. Faith that whatever life throws at you, you will be able to handle and come out of it together. And I think if you can focus on that instead of the legalities and the contractual agreements, your relationship can last.
And there you have it, Queen V's words of wisdom. We like to thank you, Queen V. Great words of wisdom. We like to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you missed any of the episodes, you can reach us or download the episodes or listen at weinthelounge.com. And there you will have all access to all the episodes and leave some comments in the show notes. But we like to thank you for listening. And that's it. We are out of here. Peace.
Peace.